Now, since I'm not going to the movies this weekend, I said, why not review one of my favorite movies of all time, Inception. Now, Inception is about Don Cobb, who's a skilled extractor who takes valuable secrets from people's minds. Now, with that being said, being the best of what he does made him a fugitive for killing his wife in the States. So he's on the run for a while until he tried to steal his ideas from a powerful businessman, and it doesn't work. So the powerful businessman asks him to plant an idea in somebody else's mind. And if he does that, he will see his family again, and that all the charges that were accumulated will be erased. Now, for me, this movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of the greatest movies ever made, in my personal opinion. Why is that? It's because that the movie, even though it's deep and deals with dreams, factors, it explains itself. It explains itself throughout the whole entire movie. So it doesn't leave you guessing at the end of why did that happen or why this did not happen. Now, some movies actually do that, where some storylines doesn't really make sense, and some storylines of you asking yourself, why is he even in there? But this movie explains itself where it's very intelligent, and for the fact that if you miss a point or miss a couple minutes of the movie, you'll probably wind up being lost. But so you have to stay very close to the scenes at hand. Also, what makes this movie great is that it has an ensemble cast. It has Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ken Watanabe, you got Ellen Page, Michael Caine, and Tom Hardy. And the cast does an excellent performance in this movie. One doesn't take away from another, and they all work together. I also thought that personally for me, that it actually got robbed in some award shows. I think when it came out with The Social Network. Yeah, I agree that The Social Network was good, but I don't think it was great. Because when you think about it, The Social Network was a biopic. The Inception, for me, is an original movie. And the score for me in Inception was amazing. Hans Zimmer did an excellent job with the score. And with Christopher Nolan in the Oscar Awards or whatever it was, I think he got robbed for that fact, because he wasn't even nominated for Best Director, in my I believe, in some of the awards that came out that year. Which is a great movie. Because first they snubbed him for The Dark Knight. Oh, it's a comic book movie. But this movie wasn't a comic book movie, so what's the excuse now? For me, this movie is just an excellent movie. Now, the ending of the movie, for me, I think was great, because it left the audience guessing, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Left it up to the audience to make their own personal ending when it came to the movie. I thought that the ending was real, for the simple fact that if you notice that the totem wobbled, that all the other scenes with the totem, if you were in a dream, never wobbled. So I believe that at the ending of the movie we see it wobble. I think that the dream, or that it was not a dream, that it was actually real. They actually get to see his family. Now also, Leonardo DiCaprio did an excellent job in his role. I mean, he gets robbed for a lot of roles that he's done. He doesn't even get nominated for certain roles as well. I mean, he's an excellent, I think for me, he's a very underrated actor who doesn't get an opportunity, along with him and Christopher Nolan. Now, Inception for me is one of the best movies ever made, period. Christopher Nolan, I think, is a genius when it comes to this movie, because he took his time in actually doing this movie. 10 years, making sure he got everything right. And then, you know how you watch a movie for the first time, you think it's good, and then you sit down again and again, you find flaws? Well, with this movie, for me, I watched it like at least 10, 15 times, and I still can't find a single flaw in this movie. I think this movie is great. I can't mention it more enough. This movie is the best movies of its time, and when it came out, it really got snubbed at the award shows. Now, I give Inception 4 out of 4 stars. It was like a great, excellent film. One of my favorite movies of all time. If you notice in the back of my room, you see my poster of Inception. When I first saw that movie, I said, I gotta get the poster. And for me, I should have started doing movie reviews when I saw this movie. That's how great it actually was. So if you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend that you actually see Inception. One of Christopher Nolan's great movies of his time. He has done a lot of great movies that I've seen. Now my question is to you, what's your favorite Christopher Nolan movie? But my favorite movie is Inception. What's yours? It could be Mental, Dark Knight, Batman Begins. So what's your favorite Christopher Nolan movie? Just leave a comment in the bottom. And please rate, comment, subscribe. Subscribing does help. Until next time, Movie Nation.